we have two guys from Argentina who are going to take over the UFC lightweight division, and maybe not necessarily like take it over, but I just think that these dudes have the skill set of the future. All right, where we're gonna see more of these young guys that come into the UFC like this, and we have Francisco Prado. I wrote Martin Prado, who's like a Diamondbacks second baseman back like in the day, but yeah, it's Francisco Prado versus not versus, but Esteban Ribovics. Those two guys. All right, I went back and I saw that what like made me memorize this is I remember Esteban had to fight Rajabov, Lovik Rajabov or whatever, like earlier in the year, and now Rajabov is fighting Mateusz Rambeski, and that's gonna be a cracker. We'll maybe talk about that one in another episode. But Esteban Ribovics, all right. I don't know what it is about this guy. I know he lost to Rajabov, but we need to keep our eyes on him because I think he's going to be a very special contender in the lightweight division, just because the dude, tough as nails, young. And the thing about him that I love is that he utilizes that sick move where he will grab your arm, give you like a Kimura look, and then use that, and it like freaks out whoever he's fighting. Like Rajabov is a really good grappler, and it was like freaking him out, and it was allowing Esteban to get back up to his feet. Esteban can stuff takedowns, and I love how he marches forward with his chin down, and he throws hooks, rips the body. Like when he lets it go, the dude's got fire in his hands, and he hurt Rajabov on multiple occasions. He just couldn't like stop the takedown a little bit. But I really do believe that when because Rajabov took that fight like on short notice, and even though like it's impressive that Rajabov got that dub after however many days he got that fight, it is a change up in opponent for Ribovics. Like I don't think he was expecting like a beast mode grappler at the time. I think he was preparing more for a striker. I'm not sure though, but I just think that when he gets that takedown defense a little bit, like when the guys are more fresh and he can stuff takedowns earlier in the fight, tire him out, and I just want to see him let his hands go more. He's got that Daniel Willie Cut Santos and Talia Silva energy, baby, and I just think that he's super well-rounded, and the fact that he's not afraid to kind of just try wild stuff, and he just doesn't accept any positions that are not favorable for him. We got to keep our eyes on him. Like even though he did lose, got that knockout power, and I think that this fight against Camuela Kirk, he could really, really kind of display all of his skills. I think, yeah, it is at lightweight. I think Camuela, he's coming up from 145, I believe, but this is going to be a tough fight for Ribovics. He's thick, and I just really love how he pushes the pace, and because like when you're making your UFC debut, you might not be all that comfortable, and especially having that one, like having that 0 next to your name, like that's a lot of pressure, and having that he's not undefeated anymore, I bet he can just feel like he just go in there and display all of his skills. He doesn't have to fight tight. So Esteban, baby. But then Francisco, same kind of deal. He had to go and fight Jamie Mullarkey. Come on. Like that's a tough fight for your UFC debut when you're like my age. He's like 21 or 22. And I just really, they use that Kimura technique, and he's got really good head movement. And there was one sequence in that fight, like as I was watching that fight with Jamie Mullarkey, I was thinking, dude, okay, like Jamie Mullarkey has fought some absolute killers. Why isn't he getting this 22-year-old out of there? And it just seemed like I was watching that entire fight at the perspective I want Jamie Mullarkey to win. So I was kind of just blocking out everything Prado was doing because I was just thinking like, okay, I want Jamie Mullarkey to get this dub. But then going back and watching that fight for a second time, I'm like, wow. If this dude can stay off his back a little bit, get up off his feet, do some, utilize some more head movement, like Francisco Prado is going to be a problem, because there was one sequence, like I was saying, where he dodged a few punches, had great head movement, and then cracked Jamie Mullarkey. If he continues to improve, like at the rate he's going to be like a Song Yadonger, where he's going to be fighting for like #1 contender fights before he's hitting the age of 30, which is super impressive. So I'm hopefully that UFC doesn't cut him or anything, or make him go on a developmental contract, because I think that he's going to be really good. But Argentina kind of on the way up. Love Santiago Ponzinibbio. Sucks that he had to lose to Kevin Holland, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, But I'm really excited about these young guys, and I think that they're a great representation of like what the UFC is going to be in the future. Just really well-rounded guys that not necessarily have like a set in stone skill set that they go. They just are mixed martial artists. But that I really want to talk about them because I love Ribovics, and I think he's going to be a big deal in the future. Same with Prado. But we already talked about